football life, it's about regrouping when adversity hits us, right? And I think that's something that, that we're growing with and we have to do a better job of. We've shown at times, just a week ago, we dealt with adversity and did a good job with it. A week later at home, we didn't deal with it. We got tighter, we didn't stay loose. I don't know if we communicated at a high level, and because of that, it just, resulted in a really bad half. Now, settling the guys down at halftime, it would have been real easy for that game to get out of control and extremely ugly. So on the flip side, again, looking for the positives, and there's not a ton of positives, the guys came out and they played loose. I mean, what an interesting dynamic when you're down that, that much. It's just about, hey, let's just go win the next series. We can't worry about all 35 points. We just got to go out and play a good series, and we did for a lot of that second half. We gained 80 yards in the first half, 283 in the second. We gave up 293 in the first half, 144 in the second. We gave up 35 points in the first half, 7 in the second. We scored no points in the first, 23 in the second. I mean, what a tale of two cities, and it's like, well, why is that? I think they just loosened up and just went out there and worried about just executing one play at a time and weren't overwhelmed by trying to, win the game on every snap. The offense they run, they're going to give you a ton of different formations, emotions, and shifts, and they're going to, they're going to try to get your eyes in the wrong places and take advantage of a big play. So we got to do a good job there, and then defensively, they're going to be an even front. They're going to. They're not going to overwhelm you with pressure. They're going to try to play sound defense and just slow you down. So we got to do the things like Will talked about that we do. We have to be able to come out and run the football, and and being able to do that allows Dalton to have better looks in the passing game. We're still figuring that out, and it's like telling these guys and the coaches the other day, it's like settle down. We're doing a lot of good things, but we got to be consistent and we got to figure out how to keep running the ball. We're right now. I mean, if the season ended, we're running the ball better than we have in 36 years, and our points per game right now are the best it's been in 36 years. So, you look at those things and it's like, all right, guys, don't panic, stay the course. Let's continue to work on this stuff. That'll help us both offensively and defensively. We got to get back to running the football and being consistent, and not just with our quarterback running. We got to be able to have our backs get most of those yards. When you put pressure on the quarterback, that changes a lot of things. And obviously they've given us some sacks. We've created our fair share. I'd like to see us get a little bit more pressure, so I think this is an opportunity for us to really go after those guys. And again, that's the style of offense they run. You got to be very calculated in the way in which you create pressures because of that play action pass style, run pass and all that stuff. So I know these guys are excited to get after. It's not going to be easy, but I'm excited to see these guys go hunt a little bit. One of our main goals is getting into bowl games, right? Well, you know what? We had a great opportunity last week. Now that one's gone, so now the season continues to get shorter. You got to be careful talking too far down the road, but if you're going to end up in a bowl game, these are games that you're going to have to win. I mean, we have 4 more opportunities. We need 3 of them. So it's one of those deals where, we got to, again, you can't get overwhelmed by worrying about how many you need to get in such a short amount of time. But, it's right there in your face. I mean, you got to go out, you got to win a game. You do that. Okay, great. You extended your opportunity. You don't do it, then that window becomes, there's no room for error. And that's tough to go 3-0. It's been a long time since we won 3 in a row. So we need to go out there and focus on this, and we need to fight and come back with a win so that we can go into the bye week with some momentum, feeling good about ourselves, with an opportunity to come back and play a home game, take that on the road recruiting with us. There's a lot of things that this would do for us. So it's imperative we go out and play a good football game.